Hey, this is Bodybuilding by Holobic, and yeah, I haven't recorded one of these for you guys in, I don't know, like going on 3 weeks now. A lot of stuff happened in my life, and I've been using it more to release rage instead of, being cheery and presenting a bodybuilding podcast. Um, so yeah, I realized on my last video, or I think it was my tricep video, that I started to reveal too much about myself, too much of my trials and tribulations. I mean, I only scratched the surface, but I'll cut that out. I just cut that out. I want to not fuck up my speech at all. All right, okay. All right, we're good. Okay. So, yeah, I didn't want to get too deep into everything, and I did. That's why I started over from I already made 21 videos or something like that, and I saved them all so that I can have them for later on in life, or to eventually maybe release one day, but because one time I actually had that bar drop on me when I was doing a burnout, and it really sucked. They wouldn't even let me upload it like regularly. It was censored like crazy because yeah, I had to roll the bar down my chest and over my then was much bigger stomach, and yeah. So so yeah, haven't done one of these in a while, and so yeah, depression is rage turned inward, and that's the rule of life. If you don't do something with that, and you have a lot of things that are causing you to be upset, or not just to not be okay with everything that's happening in your life, where you can, you know, ignore the fact that life is just never ending death until you die, and then we don't know. So, like, it's just what life is. It's just a big distraction before the never ending nothingness, or heaven, or Valhalla, or, you know, or, it depends. It all depends, whatever you believe in, whoever your deity is. That's a good Ted Lasso quote. But yeah, all right. So we're gonna do biceps. Lately I've been just like burning out with my first set and just popping the top of my biceps. But I'm going to split it up into a couple sets so it's not ridiculous, but just a couple, because I don't know. Biceps is all about a pump, and I don't know. They're pain. I did biceps probably 4 times in the last 2 weeks, because I ripped them, but I wouldn't rip them all the way, and they'd heal because all the protein I was drinking, and so I'm like, what the fudge? Seriously, what the fudge? So I go and do them again, and then the same thing would happen again. So I'm maybe spacing it out, doing more sets of these before I switch to dumbbells will help rip them so that they really rip. So, you get that good pin through the center of your bicep feeling. Oh, what am I doing? I'm going to do a set. Why am I going to cut camera? Yeah, cut that out. Cut that out, Eddie. too much of a top bicep pump, but I want to do it anyways. Fuck what I said. I just won't go nuts. So I can do one more. Alright. And you don't want to hear me pant and breathe, so. And I'm not, venting, so. Like venting, like talking. I don't know why I had to explain venting just a moment ago, because I guess in my mind I was thinking, it's also like, venting, like ventilation of air, and I was just talking about, breathing heavily. So, yeah, so in my mind I had to explain that to you. So, I'm sure we're gonna cut it all out and edit it. So this will probably not even be in the video, but just in case, one of my editors slipped by and, just, phone it in, literally. And, yeah, it happens. So you just gotta go and cover your shit. You don't want to be like CNN. Alright, doing another set. Probably going to be my burnout set because I'm already feeling the blood pump in my biceps. I'm ready to switch to dumbbells. Oh, okay, this is actually really easy. Do you remember my blood pump on my biceps? Camera angle change. Alright, doing some biceps with some cement dumbbells that I got from someone that's very dear to my heart. And it reminded me how much of a deal I got on them the other day, and that's why I'm mentioning them. Oh, he didn't actually tell me that. He never actually has told me that, but he's brought it up many times. And that's why he brings it up, so yeah. Alright, starting with 50s. Okay, can't do 50s anymore. Oh, I just could there. But that was willpower. Okay. I don't want to lose too much energy or get too sweaty, because I want a new profile picture. So this will all be cut out in editing. For some reason at white I look so... Oh, because it's a tan. Yep. Alright. 40-pound dumbbells. these next. At-home slider disc that I never fucking use. Alright, going down 30 pounds, and I think I'll do one more set of posing. It'll all be edited out, so don't worry about it. But just want that little extra energy, and of course you always take a picture right after a nice, pump, because I'm not even gonna say such a stereotypical thing. Oh well, this shit lit as hell. Pose time. And then I was gonna lean my head back because of smug face. I don't know why I do that. Not a fake smile. Neck, everything. Alright, okay. Sorry about all that, you guys. Wait, what am I apologizing? This is about to be cut out. Oh. Yeah, can't cool down too much because now I'm burning out. So down to 20s. Try to do Arnold curls, but how that goes. God. We will go all the way down to 10-pound dumbbells. Mr. Christopher Moltisanti in the second episode of The Sopranos. Yeah, and I can't lose my pump fully, so I can't fully let your breath calm down all the way. which is what I tried to do right before my next set. But you can't do that with biceps. I mean, you can. I mean, you're not supposed to do it with triceps. You're supposed to just beat them until they're dead. But you can wait with triceps. Biceps, you have to just keep going at them because once they're full of blood, they're full of blood. And then, yeah, I'll show you the technique after we're done. So yeah, here we go. 10-pound dumbbells. I know it looks silly, but hey, this is what it's called, going to 11. Do some arm curls because these are easy. Because all you're really doing is lifting your own arm, really. Because your own arm probably weighs more than these dumbbells. Well, mine do. It's weird how easy this feels. Still can't understand why Christopher Moltisanti was curling this. Wait. I wouldn't even use 10-pound dumbbells for reverse curls. Like, it's like just forearms. That's it. That would be the only reason why you would ever need 10-pound dumbbells other than burning out. Like I'm doing. Which that means burn out. I mean, it's until you can't lift your fucking arm anymore. It's called going to 11. I mean, yeah, you can always just raise the volume settings, but this is going to 11. There's a difference. It's going beyond your physical capabilities and then some. Separates the men from the boys, and it's the only thing that makes it so that your muscles grow without cheaters like human growth hormone, steroids, which is now totally acceptable because of synthol, and because it kills motherfuckers, creatine. I did do my share of creatine, but probably have a lump on my liver because of that. Partially. I mean, I know it's probably because of the excess partying. And just all the supplements that I was taking, but I know for sure that the damage that's probably has been done because the creatine weakened my liver. Because that's what creatine does. Weakens your liver and allows tumors to grow. That's why you don't do creatine. That's why it's just as dangerous as doing steroids. Because it's like doing the same thing that steroids does to your heart, to your liver. I know it's a little bit of an exaggeration, but long-term use, hell yeah, it's identical. Which steroids is also long-term use. So, I mean, yeah, one cycle will do a difference. Like it's like a dab will do ya. One cycle could take me from looking like this to Ronnie Coleman. That balloon. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I don't know why bodybuilding became like a thing when they started having such bloated bodies. Like, kind of died after. I mean, how do you compete with 10-time Mr. Olympian? 10 times in a row. Like 10 times in a row. How do you do that? How do you beat that? You don't. Otherwise, you're just cheating. Okay. I had to catch my breath before I explain myself. and I was getting a little heated. So, anyways, to decide whether or not you did a good bodybuilding routine with your biceps or whatever, you did a good bicep routine, um, is if you can touch your shoulders with your thumbs. And you try as hard as you can, like physically as hard as you can. And if you can touch your shoulders with your thumbs at like, I'm not saying like immediately afterwards, because obviously you're fatigued. But now that I've let like a minute and a half go by while I pause the video, let's see if I can touch my shoulders with my thumbs. Not even close. Look at that. Not even close. Ah! Not even close. Nope. Okay, but I still want to do one more burnout set just because I still, want to make sure I went to 11 all the way. And just because it's on my mind, I don't want to forget it before I sign off. Anyone that has gotten this far with my routine, whether you have the same results that I do, whether you're bigger than me, which is a great possibility, which however you got there, I don't care. I talk shit about, cheating, steroids, whatever. It's just because I'm full natty and I have no reason other than NASCAR excuses. Not NASCAR, but racing driver excuses. I hate NASCAR. Actually, no, I don't really. I actually loved NASCAR growing up. I don't hate NASCAR at all. NASCAR is actually awesome. I just hate, just the stigma that it brings, like the redneck thing. I hate that. It wasn't. It was just old school, Originally, it was old school, hopped up, bootlegging cars. That's how it's NASCAR started. All right, so I'm gonna do one more 10-pound Christopher Moltisanti full bicep workout. So, like I was about to say before I went off track with my rambling, like I always do, which people call that ADHD. It's not always ADHD. When you jump from subject to subject, it's only ADHD if what we're talking about has nothing to do with what you're talking about then. Like if you end up not making your point because you branch off it to a bunch of different topics, that's because everything was relevant and you're a terrible storyteller like me. Which I am a wonderful storyteller, but it's just I'm a novelist, I guess. I'm not made for TV and internet. I take too long. I'd like to paint a picture. I don't know why. Just part of me. I guess I was a poet for too long. That's literally how I made it through a lot of grammar school. Was literally because I became a very good poet. All right, yeah, see, this is easy again. I got some blood leaving my biceps, so this is just easy. Now I'm just walking along, doing my thing. But yeah, what I was getting at is that no matter what, I don't know, I'll tell you after, because I won't forget. I thought about it and mentioned it too many times, and I'm not gonna have my editor cut that part out, so, because it's like I'm not gonna cut out a part of a workout. It's different when I'm mid-scene, and I always cut that out every time, no matter what. There's no exceptions. But yeah, just Arnold curls. So yeah, my biceps are already done. I could have just walked away, but I go to 11. This is, you don't even need to do this really. You don't. I did more than enough to have a pin going through the center of my bicep tomorrow. Or the next day. Definitely the next day. The second day is always the worst. But it's just, it's going to 11. And 11 is my number. So
You could always go to 10. And then you go to 11. Until you can't lift your arms. Mine's the same why I will have weight in my arms. Always pump up when you're done. Always give yourself a good pump. Like after you know, I'm not saying like after you have tried to touch your shoulders and you can't, just keep, like afterwards get a good pump. Because if you got this far and you went through this bicep workout, you're a Superman. So you gotta go and get all amped up. It's good for your body. It's good for the testosterone. It's good for the soul. To get all amped up and be like, I'm a Superman. Yeah. Oh, because you are. You are. And if you're not right now, you will be one day. Guaranteed. I know that for a fact because I am. I haven't done anything different than what I do in front of the camera. Well, yeah, Superman. I'm Superman. Come on. Oh. Come on. Oh. 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 All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was bodybuilding by Holobic. I'll see you next time.